pole. Hi everyone, I'm Claudia. I'm the maid of honor, and I'm also the beautiful bride's little sister. I first want to start off by saying congrats to the newlyweds on their very special day. I couldn't be more happy for you guys. Payne has planned this and she was her Pinterest board. She started her wedding Pinterest board when she was probably 12 years old. And I just want to say, like, everything turned out even better than expected. It's so beautiful. And can we please give a round of applause to everyone who was involved in making this night so special for Now, some of you may not actually be aware that we're not only celebrating the newlyweds, wedding, but we're celebrating their 10-year anniversary, a century in the making. Joey asked Peyton out on the couch of my basement 10 years ago while they were watching The Karate Kid. It's a very romantic movie. Now, I'm going to kick this thing off a little differently for you guys, with a little math. If you're not good at math, it's fine, I'll give you the answer. So, we're going to start out with my age. I'm 21. Cheers to you all. It's an awesome age, honestly. 21 divided by 2 is a 10 and a half. And Joey and Peyton have been dating for 10 years now, and that's approximately half my lifetime, which is a really weird thing to think about, and it makes me want to cry. Like, half your lifetime, that's crazy. To put things into perspective, they've been dating since I was in the 6th grade, and I was going through some really awkward stages. And Joey had the privilege of watching me go through. In the 7th grade, I went from having a borderline unibrow to freezing my eyebrows off until they were basically non-existent. And it was really embarrassing. If any of you have any photos, please delete them because that was terrible. But yeah, that's what happened, and he got to see that, so that was cool. But in all seriousness, Peyton and Joey's relationship has greatly impacted my life in more ways than one. Most importantly, Joey became the very adventurous and hilarious brother I never had. He's the only person I know that would be willing to drive me to Sunday River in the middle of a nor'easter while there were trees and turkeys scattered over the back roads. And my little Mercury Milan he drove, which is, if you haven't heard of it, it's a car that's like small. and he tried to drive it on one of these bigger hills, and we're trundling along, and it just starts sliding down it backwards. The car starts shifting sideways, and we get to the bottom of the hill. But we made it to the mountain. We had a super fun day of skiing. It was awesome. But yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't behind the wheel because with my driving record, we would never. Yeah. But Joey, honestly, is the most ambitious and caring person you could ever come across. He literally loves the people he meets more than you could ever imagine. Whether it's his new wife sitting right next to him, or it's his family and friends, or everyone around him, Mookie, most of course. You can never forget Mookie. But I love you, Joey, and I'm so happy to be your now sister. And honestly, there's no other person I'd rather look up to more next to my sister growing up. It was amazing. She's one of my bigger role models, but seeing you is awesome. Next page. All right. Now, Peyton has obviously been by my side since literal day one. And you were my first best friend, which it was in my speech already. You were my first best friend, and you became my true best friend. And I literally could not sit on this world without you. I wouldn't be close to the person I am today without my sister by my side. greatest work ethic I've ever seen in my entire life. And if I did not follow in her footsteps, I wouldn't be the person I am. From the day I could walk, I idolized and admired my sister when it comes to all aspects of life. And as different as we can be personality-wise, I tried to walk the same path and share a spotlight with her. A story of this goes back to the time. You're gonna get this right away. An example of this goes back to the Christmas when I was probably 2 and she was around 6. And there was a camcorder set up in the corner of the room, and she was so excited. She was like, "Oh, I just want to make a dancing video right now." She was all excited. She's like, "Yep, I'm dancing, you know." And I'm like 2, you know. I'm doing my little toddler walk. I'm brutally interrupting her dance routine into the camera. I'm trying to dance just like her. And I was so, like, happy to just be like my sister, you know. And it turned into a competition of who got the most attention. And she definitely won. Maybe it was by shoving me over a few times. But we'll leave that part out of the story. But yeah, she definitely won. But as some of you know, Peyton's one of the biggest perfectionists in all of humanity. This is the girl that gets hives while ordering at the Wendy's drive-thru. She makes me order every time, and I'm like, what? And she cries in the backyard after taking her dental hygiene boards. She passed flying colors. I don't know. Anyways, and then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's me. I dressed up as Spider-Man. I ran into oncoming traffic. I drank a bottle of perfume. You know, I wouldn't doubt if I'm a big reason while she has like crippling anxiety, but that's just me. But since she's so diligent, and from early in our childhood to this very day, Peyton has always stood out. Whether it was in sports, in the classroom, at work, or even just lighting up the room with her friends. She has the greatest work ethic, as I said, I've ever seen, and every time I achieve a new goal, or succeed something in life, I always give a chunk of credit to her. She showed me how dedication and hard work can change your life for the better, and I thank her for that every day. One of my most valued moments goes back to my competitive cheering days. I had just accomplished a new pass, and I did my hardest pass in the competition, and as my team was taking the mat off the floor, she was the first person to come up to me and cry in my arms because she was so proud. There's no better feeling than your childhood idol being your biggest supporter at the same time. Without being biased and just saying facts, Peyton is hands down one of the most loyal, passionate, and authentic people you could ever come across. As her younger sister, I've always by default seen our relationship as one-sided when it comes to being a role model. Obviously, Peyton has made a huge impact on me in my life, but as I've looked at our relationship as a whole, I realized that she looks up to me in more ways than one too. And honestly, it made us so much closer because I realized that we just abide by each other in this crazy world, and I could not get by this universe without you. You're amazing. You're my best friend, and you're my role model in every way, and I love you. You're perfectly imperfect, and I could not live without you in this world. You're my other half, and then if any of you know that, we call each other Tsitsi. Today is your day, Peyton and Joey. The day all of us in the room have been looking forward to for a decade's time. I watched you guys go through so many stages of life together, and I think it's safe to say that many of us in this room look up to you in your relationship, as it's rare and admired by many. I can't wait to see you and where your next chapter takes you in life, because there's a long road ahead, and you guys are going to flourish in every way. Me talking up here today can't even come close to explaining how much you both mean to me and how happy I am for you on your wedding day. I love you both tremendously, And I just want to say cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Garrett, because you're both amazing impacts in my life, and I could not live without you.
Let's hear from Claudia, everybody.